Chapter 31. Fractured Resistance. The faint glow of the laptop cast long shadows across the safe house's dimly lit room. Samira sat at the table, her fingers hovering over the keyboard as she monitored the Nemesis network in real time. The team's victory over the Genesis nodes had sent shockwaves through Carmichael's empire, but the silence that followed felt more ominous than triumphant. Every creak of the safe house, every faint sound from outside, carried the weight of what was coming next. Michael stood by the window, his silhouette framed by the faint light of the moon. He hadn't spoken much since they returned, his focus fixed on the next move. The tension in his shoulders mirrored the storm brewing inside him. Gabriel lounged in the corner, his rifle across his lap, his usual smirk absent as he cleaned the weapon in deliberate, methodical strokes. He worked in silence, his mind clearly elsewhere. "It's collapsing," Samira said, breaking the silence. Her voice held a mix of triumph and unease. "The nodes are offline, and their entire network is in disarray. Carmichael's scrambling to consolidate what's left, but the damage we've done is significant." Gabriel glanced up, his brow furrowed. "So why doesn't it feel like we've won?" Michael turned from the window, his expression grim. "Because Carmichael's still out there. We've backed her into a corner, and that makes her more dangerous than ever." Samira nodded, her gaze never leaving the screen. "She's not giving up. I've intercepted comms suggesting she's regrouping at a facility near the coast. It's heavily fortified, but if we hit it, we can end this. Take her down for good." Gabriel snorted. "Another fortress? Great. I was starting to miss getting shot at." Michael's jaw tightened. "This is our chance to finish it. If we don't, everything we've done so far means nothing." The coastal facility was a fortress in every sense of the word. Perched on the edge of a cliff, its stark concrete walls jutted out against the crashing waves below. The air was thick with the salt of the ocean, and the distant hum of drones patrolling the perimeter added to the oppressive atmosphere. Spotlights scanned the rocky terrain, their beams cutting through the darkness like watchful eyes. The team parked their van in a secluded grove a mile from the facility. Samira spread a map across the hood, her tablet displaying live feeds of the facility's surveillance network. The glow from the screen illuminated their faces, casting sharp shadows that matched the tension among them. "Carmichael's here," she said, pointing to a marked section deep within the compound. "Her location is tethered to the central command room. If we breach it, we can corner her." Gabriel leaned over the map, his expression skeptical. "And what's to stop her from running the moment we get inside?" Samira tapped the tablet, pulling up a schematic of the facility. "She's locked herself in. The command room is secure, but it's also a trap. If we take control of the system, we can force her hand." Michael's eyes scanned the map, his mind already piecing together a strategy. "We split up. Samira, you take the control room. Gabriel and I will clear the way and cut off any escape routes." Gabriel's smirk returned, faint but present. "And here I thought we'd be taking it easy." The infiltration was surgical. The team moved through the dense underbrush surrounding the facility, their footsteps muffled by the damp earth. The distant sound of crashing waves masked their approach, but every shadow and flicker of movement felt like a potential threat. The salty breeze carried a chill that bit at their exposed skin, adding to the sense of foreboding. Michael took point, his weapon raised as they reached the outer perimeter. Samira hacked into the security grid, her tablet emitting a soft chime as she looped the cameras. "You've got 5 minutes before the system resets," she whispered. "Move fast." The team slipped through the gate, their movements synchronized and deliberate. The compound's interior was a maze of corridors and open courtyards, the cold, sterile design a stark contrast to the natural beauty of the cliffs beyond. Guards patrolled in pairs, their footsteps echoing faintly against the concrete walls. Michael signaled for Gabriel to flank left, while he and Samira moved toward the control room. Gabriel's rifle barked softly, the silenced shots taking down 2 guards before they could react. Michael dispatched another pair with swift, precise strikes, their bodies slumping to the ground without a sound. Each encounter was quick and efficient, the culmination of countless missions together. The control room was a hive of activity. Rows of monitors displayed live feeds of the compound and surrounding areas, while Nemesis operatives worked feverishly at their stations. Samira wasted no time, connecting her tablet to the central console and initiating the lockdown sequence. "This will take a few minutes," she said, her voice tense. "Cover me." Michael and Gabriel took up defensive positions near the entrance, their weapons trained on the corridor beyond. The first wave of operatives arrived within moments, their shouts echoing down the hall as they advanced. The clatter of boots on the metal floors was nearly drowned out by the sharp crack of gunfire. "They're not holding back," Gabriel muttered, firing a controlled burst that dropped 2 attackers. Michael nodded, his focus unbroken as he returned fire. They know this is their last stand. The firefight intensified, the air thick with the acrid stench of gunpowder and the deafening roar of gunfire. Samira worked quickly, her fingers flying over the keyboard as she bypassed layers of encryption. "Lockdown initiated," she announced. "Carmichael's trapped. Let's move." The command room was an imposing space, its walls lined with screens displaying fractured remnants of Nemesis's crumbling network. At its center stood Evelyn Carmichael, her calm demeanor a stark contrast to the chaos surrounding her. She turned as the team entered, her piercing gaze landing on Michael. "Michael Rowe," she said, her voice cool and unwavering. "You've been a persistent thorn in my side." Michael leveled his weapon at her. "It ends here, Carmichael." She smiled faintly, almost amused. "Does it? Look around you. Even now my work endures. You can destroy this facility, but the seeds I've planted, they'll grow." Michael's grip tightened. "Not if we stop you." Carmichael's expression darkened. "You don't understand. Nemesis isn't just an organization. It's humanity's salvation. You're fighting against progress, against survival." Gabriel's voice cut through the tension. "Save the speech. You've lost." For the first time, Carmichael's confidence faltered. She glanced at the monitors, the realization of her defeat sinking in. Michael stepped closer, his voice low and firm. "It's over." The facility burned as the team made their escape, the glow of the flames casting long shadows across the cliffs. The roar of explosions echoed in the night, a testament to the destruction they had wrought. Back in the van, the team sat in silence, the weight of their victory tempered by the losses they had endured. Each of them bore the exhaustion of a battle hard fought, but their expressions carried a flicker of hope. Michael stared out the window, the coastline disappearing into the darkness. "She was right about one thing," he said quietly. "This isn't over. Nemesis will try to rise again." Samira nodded, her expression resolute. "Then we'll be ready." Gabriel let out a tired laugh, his smirk faint but genuine. "Bring it on." The van disappeared into the night, carrying with it the hope of a future free from Nemesis's shadow. For now, the battle was over, but the fight for humanity's freedom was far from finished. Together, they would face whatever came next, unyielding in their resolve to protect the future.